Hello and welcome to Gurnani Notes. I've created this video to give you all the introduction to generative AI. In this entire video, you will see multiple sections. We'll start with an introduction, move on to what exactly is AI, then we'll talk about the definition of generative AI, we'll look into some of the applications of generative AI. Finally, the work that Google has been doing as far as generative AI is concerned, we'll look into that, and then we'll end with a conclusion. So let's go ahead and get started with the introduction section. So this will be a beginner's friendly overview to help all of you understand the basics of this exciting new technology. We'll cover the concepts around generative AI and how it works. Let's start with a quick recap on artificial intelligence or AI. AI refers to the capability of a machine to imitate an intelligent human behavior. It involves designing intelligent agents that can analyze their environments and take actions to maximize their chances of achieving their goals. Now, people always get confused between what exactly is AI and machine learning and deep learning. So, we are going to look into the difference between the three. Now that we have spoken a little bit about AI, let's look into what exactly is machine learning. So, machine learning is a subset of AI that trains models to make predictions based on the data. The models improve its accuracy through the continuous learning cycle. Two common types of machine learnings are supervised learnings and unsupervised learnings. The model improves its accuracy through the continuous learning curve. In the supervised learning, the model is trained on the labeled data, and in the unsupervised learning, the model finds patterns in the unlabeled data. Now, let's go and talk about deep learning. Now, deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and it is based on artificial neural networks modeled after the human brain. It uses multiple layers of nodes and can process more complex data than the traditional machine learning. Just keep the three keywords in mind, which is AI, machine learning, and deep learning, and eventually you will get to understand more and more throughout the rest of the course. Let's move on to our next section. What exactly is generative AI? Now let's get to generative AI or Gen AI. Gen AI is a type of deep learning that can create new content like text and images and videos or audios as well. It learns the patterns in the training data, builds a model, and then generates new samples similar to what it has been trained on. For example, let's say a generative language model can take existing text and can generate completely new text based on what it has learned about the language. Now, these generative AI models have two components, the encoder and the decoder. The encoder, which analyzes the input, and the decoder that generates the output. The quality of the output depends on the model architecture, the training data, and the prompt design. If you were to look at some common types of generative model, it could be classified into various categories. Let's start with text to text models. So these text to text model generate text outputs from text inputs. For example, translation. There could also be a text to image model that generates images from the text captions using diffusion. There could, well, a model like text to video, that's also possible, that would generate video from the text descriptions. And we could also have text to task model that can perform actions like search based on the text prompts. So the Idea really is that there could be various type of models in the generative AI category, and it's important to get the basics right. Now that we understand a little bit about generative AI, let's go ahead and talk about the applications of generative AI. There are many exciting applications of generative AI across industries. Say, for example, natural language processing. The chatbot is a very good example of natural language processing. Let's go ahead and look at another example, which falls under the category of computer vision. So, creating and editing visual content would classify under this computer vision category, which becomes a generative AI application. Similarly, there could be drug discovery application that identifies potential new medicines, or there could be automated reasoning categories of application that could answer questions or queries. There could be content creation category of generative AI application as well that could generate the entire essay for you or write an article or maybe write a code for you. Now, what we have seen so far is what exactly is artificial intelligence, the difference between AI, machine learning, and deep learning. Then we looked into generative AI, we looked into generative AI applications. Now, let's see what efforts Google is taking for the generative AI industry. So, Google offers multiple services to help you leverage generative AI, like Vertex AI. They also offer generative AI Studio. And not only this, they also offer generative AI app builder. We are going to talk a lot about these three in the rest of the videos some other day. But for now, just keep in mind about Vertex AI, generative AI Studio, and generative AI app builder as the efforts taken by Google to help simplify your work in generative AI space. You could also access powerful pre-trained models like Palm and create your own generative AI solutions on Google. So this wraps up our beginner's guide to understanding of generative AI. We learned how generative AI can automatically create novel content by learning from data patterns. As the model continues to evolve, generative AI will open up many new possibilities across industries. Look forward to see you in the upcoming videos.